Hello, everybody. How's it going? Welcome in to another Big Boy Game stream. What's up, Ace? How's it going? Just get everything pulled up. Alrighty. Whoa, the VHS has arrived early? Holy crap. Alright. Am I free tonight? After I eat, after stream I have to go cook kebabs. I'll let you know what my schedule's looking like. But yeah. Crazy. Alright. So, today we're gonna be working on adding in the boss for the new dungeon. Also actually getting the inventory upgrades, like, implemented. Because we didn't do that. Can still do Monday. Okay. Yeah, I'll see what's going on, I'll let you know. Monday will probably be easier for me, but yeah. That's like 3 hours, yeah. Yeah, I might need to do Monday. We'll see about that. Alrighty, so let's... Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to get interrupted in the middle or anything, so... Okay. So we're going to be adding 2 types of inventory upgrades right now. The first is increased stack size. That's going to be unlocked via Bud. Oh, excuse me. So I'm just thinking how this is gonna work. So where is Bud? Oh. Alright, Bud isn't... Okay, first off, before we do any of that, I'm gonna test if Vencer's new change to the pressure pumps. I want to just make sure those are working, and then we can, change it up. Once the game loads, one of these years. Come on. Game? What's going on? There we go. Okay. So apparently pressure pumps are now new and improved. But I need to make sure they work. So let's go mess around with them. Make sure I'm in creative. Okay. So let's just build a little enclosure. There's a couple different tests I want to do, so... Also, let's enable no clip. Alright. Alright, I'm in creative mode, I don't need materials. Okay, so we have pressurize. Boom, seems normal. We break a thing. It all breaks apart. Doing that does nothing, which is good. So, okay, I want to see what happens if this happens. So we pressurize and we break a wall. Okay, it just instantly repressurizes to the new zone. But this is another problem that happens. Yeah. It's a wee bit problematic. Obviously, this is not, not good. You can make phantom pressurized zones. Yeah. Because since this one doesn't have a pressure pump, ideally I'd like this one to become unpressurized. As soon as it loses connection to the pressure pump. Right? And then you also get stuff like this. Now, I don't know what just happened. Yeah, this is, a little broken, huh? Trying to think how we could fix this. Yeah, it's gonna need some reworking. Interesting. Well, let's see how it behaves on the regular version, if we can still do that. Right? So let's go back to main. Reload. Relaunch. I have jelly beans here. I hope they don't give me a stomachache, though. I don't have that many left, so it's probably okay. Alright, let's try this again on the regular version without the new changes. I want to see if that's all those problems are something specific to the Fencer's changes, or if it's just how it works. Okay, so let's try what we did before. Where if we do this, we pressurize and close it and break the wall. So that does work. What if we have another pressure pump? We pressurize. No, so that doesn't work. But this zone is still phantomly pressurized for some reason. Yeah, it's a little quirky, huh? Yeah, I can show you what's going on, Zafencer, on the... I'm just testing your branch right now. It's not necessarily anything you did. It's just, I think we're gonna need to figure out a different approach. 14... No, branch 14 is the most up-to-date version, right? Or is it this one? Because this one has another commit, I guess? You're saying, though, 14 builds off of 13, right? Okay. Then I'll just test on this one. Yeah, let me show you what's going on. I think we need to do, like, a... They added a fix to 13. Okay, is that fix in 14? It's not in 14, is it? Oh, man. Yeah, with stuff like this, it would be better if, you only had one branch. Because it's really, I can't test your branch unless I merge it. Which is kind of a big problem. So... I can merge 13 to 14. Okay. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that, because I need to be able to test, like, the actual version here. So it's a pull request, so we're gonna merge the air one. Yeah, air on destroy into that one. Right. I don't know if there's going to be conflicts. We'll go ahead and see. Let's give it a try. Yeah, there's conflicts. This is the problem. Yeah, it's not a big deal, but in the future, I think it's best if you don't do this kind of thing where you have two branches with the same code. Because it gets really messy. So, I can try and resolve the conflicts. It's always wacky, though. Okay, so I just need to replace this section. It's not that bad this time. Like that. Oh, but also this one. Where does this code need to go? Is that inside of this if tile count less than max tile count? Let me look at the original code. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, so we just want to get rid of this. And hopefully we're good there. Markers resolved. Commit merge. Okay, let's give this a try. Alright, so we should only have one branch here now. So let's see what we got going on. Okay, so 14 is the one. I can go ahead and just delete 13 now. Yeah. Should be okay. Alright, anyways, now we should be all good here. Pull the origin. Excuse me. Alright, so I think we are good here. Let's reload and get out of the game again. Okay, so I'll show you what bugs I was finding testing. It's just some weirdness happening. I'll show you. We might need to do like a complete rebuild of the code for this, which wouldn't be the worst thing ever. So right now it's a little janky. Alright, so here we are. Let's head over to Tyria. Okay, so let's just start the basics. This isn't fine, but now if we do this, and break it, and then we break. Okay, that seemed to be fixed. Now let's do what I did before here. If we have two pressurized pumps, we break the wall in between. Okay, so that has been fixed. It appears. If I break that one, yeah, it deactivates. There's a way I was able to get, like... I think we might be okay, actually. I think your fix that you did, I think probably addressed it. It is a little weird that I'm still able to activate another pump. You know? When there's already one active. But I guess it's fine. Yeah, it seems like I can just activate another pump. Okay, castles that would before, yeah. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. Like, nobody's going to be activating 2, so... I kind of don't care about fixing that bug. Because it's not necessarily, like, a bug. You know what I mean? Now, let's go ahead and make a really large region. Whatever, just like that. Good enough. Okay, it's still not even big enough. It's gonna have to be pretty big. Ah, it's still not big enough. Okay, so there we go. It is big enough to where it can't pressurize. But if we put one wall down, then we're good. Okay, well, I guess this seems to be working just fine. As long as performance seems to be okay, then I think I can probably merge these changes. I mean, once it's done, it's not really doing anything. So it's probably okay. I'm trying to think if there's any other, sundry additional checks. Yeah, okay. I'm just trying to think if there's any other, like, situation that we can cause here that would break it. Right? Because that's fine. It's like, oh, it's too big. Adrian TBYT, welcome in. And this seems to be okay if I do like that. Yeah. So I think we're probably good here. And yeah, you can end up with like... Oh, this was one bug that I discovered. This is one I was talking about. So if you have a room like this, you put a pressure pump in the center. You close it off, and then break these walls. You can cause outside tiles. So it's a little problematic, because what we could do is this. Where we just have... I'll show you like a kind of a big exploit here, because we can just scale this up. We get this tiny little pressure pump like this, pressurize, break, and now we can just break all the walls. So we have this huge pressurized region that's not even enclosed, right? So that is one bug that we will need to fix. I think the solution to that is just whenever you place down a wall, and this like regenerates its whatever, we need to recalculate the area. If I break this, it... Oh. So we just created a permanent pressurized region. Yeah, that's kind of bad. Not supposed to happen. So we do need to fix that. I mean, to be fair, it would probably go away on load. I think it would. But... you know, a little janky. A little odd. Yeah, I think we just need to make sure that, like, when you break a pressure pump, and you have this scenario, right? You pressurize, and then you enclose it again, like that. Then it just lets you break all these walls. We just need to address that issue. So... yeah. I'm trying to think how we would do that. Yeah, what we need to do is just make it so, like, here, ignore this. If you have a pressure pump, right, and here's its initial walls, if you then enclose it and then, like, place that wall, it needs to recalculate and get rid of its old floor, you know? That's what we need to do. Now, it's tricky to detect that. We'll have to think about how to do that. That, or we just also break the original walls here, or the original floors. In this scenario, if you break this wall. Because right now what it does is it'll only do the ones inside of the new area. We can make it also break the ones in its old area too. I don't know. Yeah, I just want to make sure we get these kinds of things worked out. Yeah, if you want to dive into it a little more and try and mess with that issue, you're welcome to. If you don't want to, it's fine. I can also try. It's whatever you want to do. But yeah, just let me know. I think I'll probably hold off on merging changes until we've worked out this issue. But as soon as we do, I think we're good. So. Yeah, anyways. Yo, thank you for the hydrate. I have tea over here. Gonna look in that? Alrighty. Cool, sounds good. Yeah, just let me know what's going on with that. I have throat coat tea. Actually, it's an old bug? Oh, okay. Pretty good. Put honey and cream in it. Coffee creamer. Alrighty. Well, let's continue on. Yeah, let me know what's going on with that. I don't mean to, like... you know, I appreciate the work that you've done. I think it is going to be better in the end. I have noticed a few issues that don't happen now, which is great. That's just the only little thing I noticed, though. It would be nice to get that fixed, so... Okay, we should have Bud in here now. Maybe. Oh, did I not merge Bud content? Nope, I forgot. Okay, so we're gonna make a pull request. Add this branch Bud content, which is all the new stuff. We're gonna merge that into main. Okay, pull request. Did all these things. Alright. Cool. No conflicts. Merge. Delete Bud content. Alright, now we are on main. Let's refresh origin. Come on, come on. Go. Alright. Refresh. Now Bud is here. Okay, so we're gonna figure out how we want this upgrade stuff to work. So the thing we're buying from Bud is inventory stack size, right? Yeah. Yeah. So the question is, how do we want to format this upgrade? The way that unlocks like this work in the shops is you buy it once and then it becomes locked. So I'm thinking maybe we have a couple of like tiers, you know, of saying like plus 99 the stack size or whatever, and you can buy multiple of them, and maybe each one gets successively more expensive, right? So let's call this unlock stack size 1. Maybe that's like 100 coins. Then it's like 250 and 500 or something. We'll have to see. So let's go into the unlocks table, and we can add those in now. So Starground unlock stack size 1. I'm going to call this inventory stack size 1. Let's go update this in Bud. Okay. Key inventory stack size. And then for the thing it unlocks. Let's see here. Yeah, I guess it'll be a hidden item. God. Because we have that tool fishing rod in here. Where is it? I guess it's not an actual item. Where do I do the fishing rod? Yeah, I guess I just, I don't know why the other ones are an item. Odd. Well, we're fine. Hey, K-Mac, welcome in. Computer wasn't playing audio even after restart. Restarted twice and it's working now. Gotta love computer problems. It's so fun. But glad you got it worked out. Happy Friday, big dog. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, we're just working on adding in inventory upgrades. We added the shopkeeper, so now we're just like getting it all set up. What was that? We have a misc table. I think that's what we'll add these upgrades to. Instead of doing it stupid. So. Inventory stack size 1. And then do I have like an icon for these? I guess it's just in the unlocks table. It does have an unlock or an icon there. Okay. Now let's see here. Yeah, we'll just do this. So, inventory stack size 1. What do we want to have here? I'm trying to think here how we want to do this. We have too many things right now. Okay, the unlocks table, we have inventory stack size 1. We'll have a sprite associated with that. We technically don't need this anywhere else. So let's just get rid of that in there. It's really the only place we need it. Yeah. Now let's go draw an icon for inventory stack size. Do 16 by 16. So what screams inventory? Probably a bag. Or like a chest. This works. Yeah, I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is like a backpack. So we'll probably do that. Just trying to think of what we want it to look like. Sacks on a rope. Yeah. I could also see that. Let me mess around with this. And this would have like straps. I don't think it really reads as a bag though. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, we could do like well, I guess this doesn't have to be a... Yeah, we'll make this actually like a real colored icon. So yeah, we could do just like a satchel. Or like a pouch, you know, like this. Or whatever. Sorry for the coughing, guys. Trying not to, but it's just impossible. Yeah, we want like a coin pouch. Basically something like this. It's basically a dictionary of dictionaries right here. Yeah, that's all it is. I have a lot of these, I just call them tables. They're basically like, I can like access as in a specific ID in here, then it returns a list of data. So it's how I store everything in the game. For example, we have the items table, which is the same thing. It's just a dictionary filled with more dictionaries. And each of these have the key as the ID of the item, and then all the info about that item. So that's how we make the game moddable, because it's data-driven. It also lets me change things really easily without corrupting people's saves, which is important. So there's a lot of good reasons to do it that way. It's not the only way to do it, but, you know, if anybody is thinking about doing an inventory system or just any kind of anything, honestly, it's not a bad idea to keep it all data-driven like that. Because you can do it with anything you want. Like, I do it with enemies, I do it with buildings and all the stuff, so. Because then if somebody wants to mod something into the game, it's literally just like, okay, add an entry to that table, right? It's extremely easy for them to do it. So, it's pretty nice. Oops. Always forget the direction of lighting in Starground. It's top right? Yeah. Let's not do that there. Oops. I don't think we need that color, actually. Just keep it like this, and then we can have a little, green arrow. See the issue when you break the wall? It rechecks, but it throws out the old tiles out the window. Only counts with the new smaller area, not updating the big one. Okay. Interesting. Hopefully it's an easy fix then. That's some butter. Put it in my batter. It'll make my batter bitter. Alright, we got this little arrow. I think definitely left side. Alright, this icon works. Save it as a... I don't know why sound recording serves an X, whatever. Where is it? Here. Sprites. Icons. PNG. Oh, not in there. Okay, just didn't hear them. Icon. Inventory upgrade. Okay. If I save my bucks, will you actually send me a Starground hat? No, what that is, it's the ability for you to, like, I add in a hat into Starground. I don't send a Starground hat to you. That'd be expensive. But yeah. Yeah, if you redeem it, you just get to decide what hat do you want in the game. I haven't implemented hats yet, so just keep in mind that one is not instantly, like, I won't instantly go and do it yet. But the skins are in the game though, so if you want to do that one instead. I'll add whatever skin you want. Upgrade. Alright, so that should work there, and then let's just do all the other ones. 2 and 3. Alrighty, so now those should show up inside of Bud. I guess we'll just do 3 upgrades for now. I don't want the stack size to get too insane. But yeah. That'll probably work. Because what that'll do is, like, stack size starts at 1. I imagine, like, each thing could maybe be another 1, so we end up with 3 times stack size. That'll probably work. Should we also depressurize the bigger room when you build a smaller room inside, since the bigger one now doesn't have a pump? Yes. I think that will solve most of our problems if that happens. So I'd have to dive back in to figure out how that would work, but you're probably more familiar with it now than I am. So if you know a way to do that, then feel free to. Alright, so that's all good. Prices are set up there. Now all we have to do is just go into the player script. And it should be pretty easy, just instead of process. Say if his authority. Actually, not if his authority. This is going to happen only on the server. Yeah, process server checks. So if unlocked things Dot has Starground, and then we'll go get the unlock. So we'll just add it up for each one that it has. So we'll say var. Not going to be so easy, I think. Oh, okay. Well, that's all good. So it's going to start at 1.0. That should be pretty easy. I already lost. I know. And then we're going to cast this as an int. Plus that one, plus that one. Alright, then all we're going to do, pretty easy, say inventory component, or just inventory for the player, dot stack size multiplier is equal to multiplier. And that's it. So these upgrades should work, theoretically. Let's load it up and make sure. Let's load into the game. So sorry, guys. Okay, so we're just gonna have normal stack size right now. I'm just gonna give myself iron ingot, like 1,000. Yeah, that's pretty normal stack size. Let's also give myself some coins so I can buy them. Let's go to the space hub. Let's go talk to Bud. All right, inventory stack size 1. I can't seem to purchase it for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, it's probably because my inventory is full. Yeah, that's a bug I need to fix. Alright, so if we buy this, says sold, so you can't buy it again. And that should apply for everybody. So now is our stack size bigger? Did not seem to change our stack size, which is interesting. I wonder why. Let's print unlocked things. It's gonna be pretty big. I see inventory O. I have it as inventory stack size 1. Which is the wrong ID. Is it back into here? Unlock inventory stack size 1. And then in here. Ah. Inventory stack size. Okay, well that's actually okay. Inventory stack size. Because it's not the unlock, it's actually just the real thing now. So that's the thing here. So if I change that, now it should work. Boom. So our stack size has doubled now. And then if we buy 2... Oh, this will actually bring us up to 4 stack size. 4 times. What if I do the second one and the third one? Now my stack size should be crazy. Yeah, so that brings our stack size up to 396 now. Which is pretty big. Should help people hold a lot more items now. I should be able to hold a lot of coins too, yeah. And then land tiles. I can hold so many land tiles. Oh my god. Yeah, I can hold almost 4,000. Crazy. Alright, well that works pretty well. So, inventory stack size upgrade is implemented. Cool. Now next thing is going to be the, in here. The slot count. I want it to be a research. Probably a tiered research. So. Okay, anyways. Also, what's up, Oshik? Welcome in. How's it going? I don't see a different way then to check every time a wall is built. Yeah. It would be complicated. I mean, we can modify the wall script and add on like a signal. You know. Technically that would work, but yeah, it's complicated. I mean, it's not a huge deal. It is an exploit, but it does go away on reload, so it's not really like there's not a good reason to do it. So it's probably okay. I'll dive into the code probably a little bit and see if I can like figure out a cleaner way to do all this, because I think it's starting to get a little complicated, you know? But yeah. Forge guy, yeah. This is Bud. He's a new guy. He's a big guy. I could probably just rename those to just stack size instead of inventory stack size. You know? Because I think you kind of get context from the icon of the bag. The only thing, though, is would that imply that it just increases stack size everywhere? I don't want that to be the assumption, right? I don't want people to get confused. We'll just keep it as inventory stack size. Now, how expensive should these upgrades be? Because they are permanent, really useful upgrades. Is 500 too little? Because I want, like, these to be, pretty difficult to get, right? What do you guys think? I mean, we could up it to, like, 1,000, 500, and 250. It's not that hard to get 1,000 coins, especially if we add in more ways to sell items. Like, I want to make it so you can sell your weapon parts at Bud. So, yeah. I'm gonna have to add, like, every single thing to Bud now. Every single weapon part. Is there a way I could do that easier? I don't really want to have to copy every single weapon part and put it on his sell list. That would kind of take a long time, wouldn't it? So CC Flameheart, welcome in. How's it going? Let's think here. I would like a little bit of a different selling system, maybe. It's kind of the same problem with Fishbert, which is that there's like every fish in here. And you just have to go through and click sell, which can kind of be annoying. I mean, what would be nicer is if when you picked up an item, it would show here, like, the item and how much it sells for. Instead of having to go find it and click it, you know? It would also be cool if the items that can be sold become like highlighted in your inventory, you know? Kind of like the search on JAI. That wouldn't be bad either. I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to say. Because there's a lot of weapon parts. It's going to take a million years to put them all in. And I mean, I still have to manually define them anyways, because each ones will have different prices, but yeah. Unless I start defining the prices not inside of the shopkeeper, but just have like every item have a default price, you know, up in here. Oh, I do. Value. Well, I guess we could do it that way. Get the shop at inventories that the player can, yeah, shift click items and sell it. Yeah, that's sort of what I'm thinking a little bit. Wouldn't necessarily be an inventory, but yeah. Just so you can shift click and then it sells your item. And maybe when you hover over it, it shows the value of the item, you know? Could do that. Yeah, it wouldn't be too bad. Let's think here. Howdy. Yeah, just it's tricky. I mean, I have to figure out a way that like we're gonna connect the two, the shop inventory and the player inventory, right? Why does my hotbar seem small? The hotbar is just ever so slightly smaller. It's a little odd. Is it because of the... Weird. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. Oh, I guess because that's the default scale. It's when I hover over it. Yeah, that's fine. Just do combine inventory and Godot will understand, I wish. Yeah. The only thing that is nice about this is you can specify exactly how many items you want to sell. Right. It's odd that I can only do 99 maximum. Would like to rework the shop. I think this is totally fine for buying, being able to specify like this. Right, that's good. But, yeah, with selling, I don't think it's the best system. Because usually you're not trying to sell one very specific thing like you're buying. Like buying, I don't want to just randomly buy something. I want to choose that and how many do I want to buy. It just makes sense, right? But with selling, it's like I don't want to have to select the thing and hit sell. That's kind of annoying. So maybe we don't do it that way. Yeah, let's think here. We could do like an inventory grid, like you're saying, Zafencer. I guess the only downside would be like, how do I like, I guess just as soon as you put it into the slot, it just gives you the coins, right? And then it just deletes the item. The only thing that's a little risky about that though is accidentally putting the wrong item in there, right? Which isn't great. It would cause problems if two people, you put them in there and then hit sell. Okay. Yeah. Could do that. It would work. The only thing is on the problem with how inventories are, here's the thing, is they are all server side. So if two people are accessing this NPC, right, and they're putting items inside of this cell grid, both of those players' items are going to be in there. So somebody might be putting their items into sell, and then somebody comes along and hits sell and gets the money instead, like steals from the other player. That is kind of a problem, right? Not ideal. I suppose we could do a completely different system where... No, I don't know how we would do this. It's kind of tricky. There's pros and cons to both sides, you know? Let's think here. If we did inventory, so we can't really do an inventory because that would cause a lot of potential problems. So that one's kind of out. It's no problem. Other person just too slow, and the person has to sell first come first serve. Yeah. Make it into a feature. I mean, we can. I can't imagine it would be that big of a deal. Like, I don't think... Starground is not like an MMO or something where there's randos in your lobby. You know what I mean? Like, it is a cooperative game. So if you come along and grab the coins, like, yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a huge deal. Yeah. It would probably be okay then. I guess we could do that. It would be much more convenient to sell things. Because then you just come up to him. You shift click all your items into the inventory grid and then just hit sell. And you're done, right? It's much easier. So that might be the play. I think we could probably make that work. Well, let's go ahead and dive into the shop UI then. Seriously, now I have no idea how difficult it would be to do separate shop inventory for every player. That would be better. It just, yeah, it wouldn't really work because it would be... it would completely change the core of how inventory systems work in Starground. So I don't think I'd really be able to do that. Yeah. I mean, I don't think it'd be that big of a deal, right? To have like a shared shop inventory for the selling. It'd probably be okay. The only thing though that does actually complicate that, which should be a little problematic, is if you leave items inside of a shopkeeper, they don't save. Right? They don't have a save component. Every time you load the game again, they regenerate. Which is a problem because it means that if you leave items in there and then save and quit, and you come back, your items will be gone. Which is bad. So that does kind of present another problem. Yeah. I don't know. It's cool. I like the ability to put items in a grid, but I think it's gonna end up being wacky and hard to implement properly. And I don't like cases where people are like, where did my items go, you know? Because that would suck. So maybe we just go ahead and don't do an inventory grid. Then we wouldn't have to worry about items disappearing, and also it doesn't have to be server-side. People can sell their own items at the same time without any problems. What we can do instead is just make it so it's like... What would work here? Just trying to think. Snooze the ad. We could just have it so while you're in a shop, if you hover over items, it also shows the coin count, or like the value of the item, so that you know how much it's worth before you sell it. So many ways you can solve issues like this. Program lets you do anything you want. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard because it's like, it's not the challenge is not usually the programming side of things. It's just the design of it. I mean, we could just have one slot there that's like, place here to sell. And it would be like a fake slot, so it wouldn't actually store the items. It would just like be a button that you click on while you have an item. That would work. So the NPC have bad attention span, you can only trade with one person at a time. Yeah, I would like multiple people, though, to be able to interact simultaneously. Instead of an inventory, you could tag them, they would appear with value, and then you could sell all of them, they would get removed from the inventory. But how would you tag them, I guess, right? That's the problem. Because we'd need like a new keybind, which I don't really like adding. I don't like to add too many keybinds. Because it's already hard on controller to add in all of our keybinds. Man. It's complicated. Let's think. I mean, I could just have it so you could just shift click your items in here like this, and it would just sell them instantly. Right. We could do an inventory slot in this, guys, if it means the item just instantly goes away. Right? That's the thing here. So that would work. We could just have... Okay, I think I might know how this could work. There's just an inventory slot here that's like, sell item. While you hover over, it shows the item value. If you put in an item that does not sell for anything, it just kind of sits there. Right? Blacksmith hammer isn't where ya? And then you could just take it back out. That might be the play. Oh, and I could also set it up with filters so that they only filter that one slot to items they can actually like offer a sale for, right? Something like that could work. So that you don't accidentally shift click in the wrong item. A lot of options depending on what time you want to spend on it, yeah. I mean, we could make that system work pretty easily, I feel like, right? Yeah. The only thing is I don't want people to be able to shift click when they're not on the cell tab, so that's something we'll have to figure out. Might have to do like dynamic switching of the can shift tag or whatever. Yeah, because right now having to click on an item and sell is a little annoying, especially since you also have to specify quantity. So you have to be like, boom, I want to sell all of them and then sell. It's just way too many button clicks. And you have to do that for every single fish you have, which is extremely annoying. It would be better if it was just a slot and you just drop the item in. And if it's an item that can be sold, it just instantly sells. You know, there's no, like, you don't have to press sell again. Because it'll show how much the stack sells for down here. That's probably the play. Yeah, I might do that. Maybe a little tricky with selling a specific amount. I mean, it wouldn't be too bad. What you would do is just kind of like get your stack ready in your inventory with the amount you want, you know, 39, and then sell it instead of having to click the little arrow to specify. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. I mean, what do you guys think? What system sounds the best right now? There's the single slot instant sell, I guess, or we have this system where it's choose the quantity and then hit sell. I mean, the other option is that we just have a button here that's like sell all, and you just click it and it sells all of the things that you can sell, right? That is another option. Because then you can go through and specify amounts, but you can also just, boom, sell all really quick. Maybe that's the play. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe we just do that for now. Just a sell all button. Let's try that. So, let's go into the display shop. Underneath the sell container. Let's buy. Let's sell. Okay, it's already set up, so we can just do boom. Put a button in here. And this will say sell all. Like that. Excuse me. Yeah, this will probably be the play. Oops. Reconnect the method. Okay, so this one, we're just gonna loop through everything in the inventory and try. So we say purchase. If we're in sell mode. Not get count. Okay. So we'll just loop through everything in the player's inventory. So for I in player inventory, dot inventory data. We're gonna have to say dot size, aren't we? Okay. Let's see. I think I might actually run this on the server, though. So we'll have a new one called purchase all. Or function sell all. Okay. That index I is not equal to null. Now we're gonna say, what's next in here? We need to make sure that the item we're selling in here actually, like, is a valid item that can be sold, right? So that's important. Let's see, and populate. We can just grab our shop data and then check if it's in there. Should be pretty easy. So we'll just grab that up here. If shop data dot, where is it? Shop table. Sell. What is that? Let's see, is that just a straight up key? Yeah. Dot has player inventory dot inventory data index I dot ID. Then we know we can sell it, right? So now we just say purchase function ID will be that. Okay, let's go ahead and just do this. Var item is that. If item is not equal to null, it has item ID. The amount is item dot amount. I don't know what new cost is for. Okay, that's just how many coins we create here. It's probably because each button here has a value associated with it. So when I hit purchase item, yeah, we have cost. So we need to calculate what cost is, which isn't a big deal. So if we have it... Also, I realized that we can't just check .has You have to actually loop through. So for I in shop data dot sell, for entry, if entry at index 0 is equal to item.id, or entry then we'll say entry is equal to I. Oh, and this has to be a different one. Whatever, E. If entry is not equal to null, then we're good to go. So item ID, item amount, we say entry at index 1 new shop mode is sell. And what is a new one time? Oh, that's if it's a one-time upgrade, which in this case it's not. So false. Okay. So I think we're good to go. Let's make sure though. That'll be a type of int. This type of int, the cost is an int. New item ID is a string. Time is a bool. Okay, so I think we're all good. It does calculate amount times our cost already, so. Okay, so let's make sure this will work. So we're gonna call on the client purchase all. On wherever that is. On sell all press, we say sell all RPC ID 1. So that's gonna get the shop ID, it's gonna loop through the inventory of the player. Is the item valid? Does it have it in the entries? If so, then we say purchase with our ID, the amount, the cost of the item in sell mode. So I think we're good. Let's go ahead and try this out. So if I hit sell all, nothing happens. But if I have fish, right? I give myself some trout. Give myself a boot fish. And then I hit sell all. Boom. It just sells all the items. So I think that's a good compromise. It basically what this does is it gives us the ability to go through and choose specific things if we want and choose the quantity. But otherwise, if you just like want to get rid of your items, if you're going to sell fish, odds are you don't want to hold on to any specific fish. So just bam, sell all, and you're good. I think that's going to be the play. And it's also very easy to add. The other way would have required a big change to how everything works, which is not ideal, so yeah. I think this will work out. So now we can just add in all the different weapon parts and buds, shop. Then we can just bam, sell all. We should be good. Okay, so let's work on that. I wish I could dynamically, like, choose that instead of having to go through and add every single entry again, but I don't know. What I would do is just assign a value to each weapon part and then just loop through anything that has like a weapon tag, you know, or anything that has a damage tag. I don't know. Because, like, what, like a sword blade? Really, anything that has a damage type tag would work. Let's think here. I mean, I guess I could dynamically set his cell thing. We just do it at the beginning of loading the game. Yeah, I have been thinking about doing that, like adding in an optional array of tags so that you can have like groups of different items, you know? I think we might do that. I don't think we have it in here, so we're gonna say groups is an array like that. It's probably gonna be the easiest way to do it. And that'll just be an array of strings. So then we can go through each weapon part and then add it to a group that's like, you know, weapon part. It'll take a while, but it's fine. Artifacts. It wouldn't be too bad, actually, though, because I've already got them kind of categorized. These are range parts. I don't know if he's going to let you sell... we could sell range parts, too. I mean, why not? So now we're just going to say groups is equal to weapon. Should it be plural or singular? Weapons or weapon? Okay. Then the spider marble. Chumbo. Season rights. Season's right. Sparkstone. Pistol grip, rifle stock. Sniper barrel. Onto melee. Handguard. Handle. Blade. Blade. Oh. Oh. Scythe blade. Automaton arm. God dang it. Dagger blade, long handle, ancient bone, primitive hammer. Actually, I probably won't let people sell the primitive hammer because you can craft it. Which... basically, then it's just selling wood and stone. That's not really what I want. Wingdol, Schrommel. Okay, I think that's all the weapon parts. So now it should be pretty easy just to loop through at the beginning and add it to his table. So let's go to global ready. Doesn't really matter where in here. Just after we have the shop table here. And we already have the items table configured, right? Yeah. Oh, but we have to do this very last because... yeah, let's just do it down here. So for I in range global dot items table, if I dot groups dot has weapons, Then we're going to say global dot shop table dot Starground shop bud, yeah. Dot sell dot push back an array of I dot ID and I dot value. Okay, so what's the problem here? For I and... oh. Thank you, Ryan, for the hydrate. Uh-oh. I have to go get water. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, I'm back. I have water. Thank you for the hydrate. Okay. So yeah, he should just now have all the things, and they'll be attached to whatever their value is. So yeah, we'll figure out what we're gonna do with that. Let's go ahead and load up the game. Also, I'll add a little print statement in here just so that it's clear what's going on here. So wasn't happy about groups. I thought it was the default in here, though. Yeah, groups. Oh, I'm stupid. Because it's returning a key, so if our item is I. Okay. And I'll just print here, print created dynamic shop stock. Okay. Hopefully it'll be fine now. Still not happy. There's no such thing as ID because I'm stupid. It's I. For ID. Let's try that again. Okay. So he should have his shop all configured. Let's go take a look. Hello, bud. Yep, they're all in here. Cool. Epic. I'll probably have them sell for a pretty low amount. I mean, I don't want it to be like a bunch. Also, I noticed that these are not like rounding, so let's fix that. Should be really easy. It's just in here. Whenever we say populate, get the button. Choose the buy button. And on ready, where we're setting the text right here of cost. Yeah, we'll say round I. Okay. There we go. And we need to do the same thing over here, the sells for amount. Just gonna be inside of the shop. Gonna be over here in details. Inside of cost right here. So let's figure out where that is. Yeah, sells for right here. Total cost, let's say round I. Total cost. Okay. Now it shows a nice integer. All right, cool. So I can start going through and assigning values to all of these items now, which is good. It does feel a little dense in here with these items, not gonna lie. It's fine with like these things, but sometimes when the names are really long, it's a little crazy. So we can do the same thing for Fishbird now. Instead of having to go through and do each thing, now we can just say all things in the fish category. And then instead of having values assigned in here, so let's go into the shop table. We can just cut these out, and we'll dynamically create his as well. We'll say if item.groups.has fish, then global.shop table shop fisherman, I think is what I called him. Yeah. Dot sell dot push back ID item dot value. Okay, do that. Now back into the items table. We're gonna assign values to each of the fish. So trout value is 4. Squimp value is 4. Salmon, I think value is 4, yeah. Clownfish, I believe value is 2. Let's make sure, yeah. Same with pufferfish and blue tang. And then octopus, that's 10. Same with pufferfish is 2. Eel, I'm pretty sure is 4. Let's make sure. So we got eel, we did squimp, we did octopus, we did blue tang, pufferfish. Sunfish is 10. Goblin shark is 10, and then bootfish is 100. Alright. Now that will also change the ordering of how they appear. So it's important that we order these properly. So we're gonna have blue tang and pufferfish first. Move those guys up to the top. Blue tang, pufferfish, then trout, squimp, salmon, and eel. And octopus, sunfish, goblin shark, and yeah. Cool. Alright. Also, we need to add the group. Almost forgot. What we say? Groups is equal to fish. Now, before we get too far, do we want to call it groups or do we want to call it tags? I don't know. Because I know in Minecraft it's called tags, isn't it? Yeah, group different game elements together. Item tag. These are the only ones used by the game. Point of interest. Painting variant, banner, pattern, instrument. Interesting. Well, it's probably fine. We'll just keep it consistent with Godot's naming schemes. I would like to change these arrows on the, this. It's been irking me for a while. Let's go ahead and do that, actually. Spin box, that's what it's called? Okay. There it is. Yeah, these are just images. How big are they? Doesn't say, does it? Interesting. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pixels. We should go up to like 10 by 10. Let's make it actually pixel art, you know? Instead of just a blurry mess. Thinking something like that for the up arrow. Maybe we do that. Forgot about those ones. Say that as UI spin box up. Now let's replace up. Spin box up. Yeah, that looks way better. But I'm gonna make it a little brighter. And also let's thicken it up. Like that. Oh yeah, that's better. Well, it doesn't seem to have actually changed the width at all. I guess it's already the same width. Could increase the width a little bit. Just so it's a little easier to press, you know? So we could resize the canvas to maybe 12 by 12. Make it fit in this space instead. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I like that better. It just fits the UI a little more. We could probably do this. We could even do a little shiny mark. Like that. Let's see what that looks like. It's not bad. Could work. Yeah, because now it actually goes up to the top of the button, which just looks way better, in my opinion. So we got that guy. Literally, we just say, yo, thank you for the speed. Mirror vertically. Yo, and the hydrate. Crazy, thank you. Man, the cheese time, oh, posture check. Haven't seen that one in a million years. Oh my god. Ugh. Crazy. Let's see, this shifts down. So does this. UI spin box down. We all needed that one? Yeah, dude. It's good to get a good stretch every once in a while. Okay, now we got down. Spin box down. Oh, right, because that one's disabled or whatever. It's fine. Here, let's set this to a different amount so we can actually see what the down one. Okay, well that's kind of a problem, is that they connect to each other, so let's fix that by doing this. Grab the spin box. It's called UI spin box. Up. Should be pretty easy to fix. We just go bop bop bingo. Like that. Bop bop bingo. Save. Save. Now let's see. There we go. It's looking pretty good. Alright, now we just gotta make all the other variations, so we need a bunch, unfortunately. We need the hover variants. Let's do that one, which will just be bright. UI spin box up, hover. UI spin box down, hover. Let's see, down hover, up hover. Up hover, down hover. And now we need down disabled and down pressed, but I think I'm gonna do the same sprites for both those, so we should be okay. I'm just gonna keep it pretty dark. Like that. Or maybe like that. I like how that looks. Okay. Oops. UI spin box. UI spin box up disabled. And that's it. Let's add both those in. So this is down disabled. We'll just copy that. Save for pressed. And up disabled. We'll take a look at that. Beautiful. So we still need to do that for all the other things. I don't use tree nodes anywhere, but the option button has that same arrow. Okay, it's literally just one arrow, so it's pretty easy. So we just say UI spin box down, and now it has the better arrow. Pretty easy. Okay. That's better now. Yeah, it was just something that always kind of like bothered me a little bit. But now I'm happy. All right. Also, should we go ahead and increase the width of the shop? I think we should. Let's increase it to like 500. The only problem though is on the items. Well, that's the problem. Then it wouldn't be the right spacing or whatever. I need to replace the grid with a, what do they call it? An item list? Yeah. The only problem with item lists are that I don't think they, like, you don't add children to them. They have, like, in here, these are the items. So we could just do that, but then the problem is I don't really have a lot of flexibility with how the buttons look, which is unfortunate. It is interesting, though. I would love to experiment with these one day. Yeah, all you get is just icon text, and that's it. Like, there's not a whole lot of customizability. It's really good for something like the research menu or whatever, where it's just a button with text, but with this, I don't think it's really what we want. All right, well, anyways, now we're set. We got the little arrows. They should update here if I just click out. Never mind. Yeah, these used to be so tiny before, and they should be a little easier to press now. Let's load back in. Our theme's getting pretty complete in here, isn't it? There's not really a whole lot of other things we need to do. There is a... Oh, it's not happy. Oh. Oopsies. There's this vertical slider that I never use anywhere, so... There's the vertical scroll bar. I don't use a tree anywhere. I do use tabs. I never use this container. Disable line edit is fine. Oh, that's a color picker. Okay. The only other thing would be the background. Part of me sort of wishes I didn't do the pixel art texture rect for the background. I mean, it's not too late. I could swap it out, but there's a lot of UIs. It would take a while. So, hey, MBG, welcome in. How's it going? What's going on? Yeah, these look better now. Little down arrows. It's hard to tell. Boat has arrived. Yeah. Well, let's load into the game, make sure Fishbird's selling alright. Yep, looking good. Epic. Yeah, now you can just bop, sell all, and you're done. There's no more, yeah, better. And this is fine being like sell like this, because it's usually a big quantity of items, so that's fine. It's kind of like a set rate, so it's okay if that one's different. This guy's all good. I do need to go through and set values for all that, but... it's just your music a bit loud. Is the music loud? I can turn it down. Maybe I should put a compressor on the music so that it kind of equalizes the volume for different songs. You know? Yeah. Let's maybe do that. So that's just in master sound. I guess we can have another bus for music. Then add a compressor. I think that's what I want. I forget how to do it. So we want to do some ratio. And then gain, right? But then we also want to set like a limiter, right? And just set threshold to there. What's soft clip? Applies a gain to the limited waves. Okay. It's probably okay. Listen, as RPG music's louder than the rest of the music, yeah. But this compressor should fix everything. Let's try this out. So I'm gonna turn off the music for a second. We need to go change the background music bus to music. And then let's launch it and see how it sounds. If it's really loud, I apologize. But hopefully it's okay. I do hear a lot of static, unless that's just intentional on this song. It definitely got louder. We'll readjust the volume, but I'm just trying to equalize these. Is it clipping? It's hard to tell. There is noise in that track? Okay, okay. We'll set the maximum volume to -3. Just so it's like not as bad. Let's relaunch in here. I think the reason why it's too loud is because... Yeah, I know what's happening. But we can fix that. I don't think you need a compressor before the limiter, you think? I think if we get rid of the compressor, it's gonna make it quiet. Let's try it, though. Yeah, because... But it's not increasing the volume of quiet tracks. That's the problem. I think what we need to do is actually get rid of... So in here, I like set the volume of each song in here. I say background music volume dB is that. I think we need to just comment that out, set it to 0. So that it's all the same volume. And then we could do a limiter to the actual volume that we want. Yeah. Well, if I want to up the gain, then I have to... Yeah, well, I probably don't need that. And now we can just set this to whatever we want in terms of decibels, like minus... Oh, I can only set it to a specific... I can only do -20. It's threshold from which the limiter begins to be active. That's not what we want, right? Let's think here. Limiter. I could just lower the volume of this bus. That would work. So we can say, instead of doing this for our global background sound volume, now we can say Audio server dot set bus volume dB. Or we can just say set bus volume linear or whatever. And then we say audio server dot get bus index music. Like this. And global background volume. So now when we change the global background volume, it's actually just going to be setting the volume of this in here. So now on our limiter, we don't want to set that to -20. We'll set that to 0 or like -3, so it's not too loud. I do think we want the compressor so that quiet tracks get louder. And then we set the overall volume of the bus with this. So let's see what this sounds like now. So everything should be like equalized to like -3-ish. Turn desktop volume back up. Yeah, so if I put this closer to like 0. Just trying to listen for like if there's any clipping. I think there's definitely a little bit of clipping. So I think we want to lower the gain of the compressor a little bit. What does ratio do once it passes the threshold level? Compression is applied to the audio. Okay. Yeah, that sounds a little quirky. Is it that our limiter isn't strong enough? Maybe let's set that to 6. And set that to -6. Let's try this again. Now we've lowered the gain a little bit on the compressor, so this should probably be better. Oh my god. Sorry, guys. I'll just keep playing through music. Can you lower the threshold a little bit on the limiter? Yeah, instead of right at 6 or 0. Do like that. So it starts thresholding at -3 instead of at 0, because that's like clipping point. You can try that. Okay. Threshold. It's above which compression is applied to the audio. That's probably okay. Let's give this a try. Sounds normal. Sounds normal. I think the volume's good, right? And we'll tweak it down here. That's like the final volume. Let's listen to this one now. This one's a little loud. This one's kind of loud. That one seems really loud compared to the other ones. One's okay. Crazy Dave. Well, I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it better? Well, so I noticed a bunch of these WAVs and stuff in here are broken. We need to fix this. Which is too bad. Let's think here. Let's mix. Attack is good. Get up the gain a little more. I think now that the limiter is set a little lower for the threshold, it's probably okay. The higher the ratio, the more loud parts of the audio will be compressed. It's probably okay. Well, let's give that a try. Let's also fix those WAVs. I know how to do it, so just skip until you get like secret Amanda track. Yeah, we can do that. Let's load it up. That what I'm hearing clipping. Right? Yeah. Dust storm. Oh, shoot. I skipped it. Let's go back to that. Was it? Oh my god, I skipped it. Wasn't as normally as like a... I think if I just up the ratio a little bit on the compressor, it'll fix some of the tracks, like, clipping. There's one, right? Yeah, I think it's better. Let's just up the ratio on the compressor, so that it crushes the highs a little bit more. I think that's what we want, right? And we got our limiter. Should be okay. I guess we don't really need a... Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, we just kind of need to up the gain. We don't really need a compressor. So maybe we just have the limiter here and get an amplify effect. Just up the volume by like 20 decibels. And then I think that the limiter will kick into action and make sure it doesn't clip, right? Let's just try this. There's that one again. It's clipping. I think you need to lower the threshold by like 3 decibels. Yeah, that one's still clipping a little bit. So let's just lower the threshold to like -6. Yeah, because then it'll limit from -6 to 3, because 3 is the ceiling. As a gain to the limited waves. Okay. Let's try this. This limiter is basically a compressor. Yeah. Let's just listen for some clipping. Yeah. This one's a little loud. The question is to get too loud. Sounds okay. LASIK. Let's see, did we hear this clipping at all? Yeah. Okay, it's clipping a little bit. Okay, so it is still clipping. Let's see. What is this soft clipping? Like, I need to look up Godot limiter. Because there's also a hard limiter. So maybe that's what I want instead. Gain to apply before limiting. Okay. Then I think then we don't need the amplify one either, so we just say hard limiter. Because there's pre-gain, gain to apply before limiting, so we can just set that up to like 20 or whatever. And then we have our ceiling. I'll limit it to, I'll do like, yeah, probably -6. And then the release. Yeah, 0.1 seconds should be okay. Let's try this instead. See if that does what we want. Gain doesn't need to be that high. Probably not. I just want to see what it sounds like, you know. Yeah. I'm not hearing any clippings. I think we're probably okay. Let's go to a loud one. Definitely sounds more balanced, I think. Yeah, like this one is way better. Yeah, I think we're gaming. All right, how is the volume, guys? Because I can tweak it here now. If I lower it, it like basically sets the maximum volume that we can have. Oh, actually, that's still limiting it. I guess that applies on the actual total bus volume. Interesting. How does that work then? So I guess that's, yeah, applying on the total volume. So Amaxulus, welcome in. Wonder if my character style matches the tile set style. Post the art in Discord. Awesome. We'll take a look at that in just 1 second. Just trying to figure out some audio stuff here. Okay, well, I don't really want to set the bus volume then. Yeah, I think that's what we do. So we just keep music. Let's just call this like background. And then make sure the bus is set to background. Oh, sorry about that. And then we add a new bus called music. Set background to be a parent of, or a child of music. The music is master. Now here we're going to be setting yeah, volume of music. Make sure this is set at 0. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Let's try this. Hopefully this will work. Yeah, that seems to be working. At 0, it's like fully equalized. And then as I drop it... Yeah, this is going to be better. Because it's still doing the... Let's thank you for the follow. Dabadoo, I appreciate it. Because what it's doing is it'll be using the hard limiter with the volume here, and then it basically just like passes that whole thing into music, and then I change the pure output there. So we can go ahead and lower the pre-gain on that now to like -10 instead of 20. We should be good to go. So I'll go ahead and turn desktop volume back up, and then we'll move the slider around until it's loud enough. All right. So yeah, just let me know. I'll start out at -28. Is New Life just completely inaudible? Skip the song, just make sure. Okay, it's extremely quiet now. Why is it so quiet? Oh, is it because background music starts at minus... Yeah, that needs to be 0. Make sure that I'm not setting it down in here. Oh, and also this is going to be like lerping back up, so this shouldn't go back to that. So resume music, that should go back up to 1. There, it's good. Let's just search anywhere we've mentioned background music. And fix it. Set the stream. Yeah, there it goes to 1 now. -60 for those is okay. Then this one, background sound volumes, user data, dB to linear. That's okay. Okay, let's try this again. I'm going to lower desktop audio just in case it all dies. Oh my god. Thank God I turned down desktop audio. You guys would be deaf right now. It's still pretty loud. Yeah. I wonder why. Then that one's quiet. Let's keep diving into this. I feel like something's not quite right. Okay. We don't do this anymore. So in here, save settings, we're just saving background sound volume. Okay, that should be fine. Back into main, let's take a look in here. Let's get rid of that raw stuff that never turned out to be good. So it's gonna say, yeah, background slider, that's fine. Set the bus of music to our background sound volume. Yeah. Then in here, that's just getting all the music. Good. That's okay. Set song, we say play. Don't change the volume. Okay. Process, we are saying nothing in there. Resume music. I don't know why I'm setting that to 1. That should be 0. Yeah. That goes to -60. Should be okay. Hydrate, start. It's the commands. I'll look at that in 1 second. It's the event stuff, choose warnings, raid. So where does the slider... This is the problem right here. Yeah. We want to set that to value. Okay. That should fix it, I think. Now it should be the same. Let's try this out. Time to turn on desktop audio. Yeah, I think this is better. So I'll turn desktop audio back up. It looks like it is approaching the value I'm setting on OBS. Let's try a different couple songs. That seems good, right, guys? Looks like they're getting the ultra compressed sound to louder music. I have the gain set pretty high right now. We're gonna drop that back down, so it's at 20 right now, I think. Still, we're gonna move it back down to 10, so that should help a little bit. Yeah, this volume seems pretty good. Right now it's like, yeah, it's set to -6 on the bus, so it should be like -6 more than this, which is -30, and that's exactly what I'm seeing on OBS. So I think we are getting accurate volumes now, which is great. So yeah, we shouldn't have any songs that come in here now and are way louder than everything else. So we can like set this to the actual value we want as peak, and then it shouldn't ever go above that. And it shouldn't go too far below it either, which is good. Yeah, like this one used to be super loud. Okay. So what's going on with New Life? Are you talking about like in here with the... Oh, yeah, he's in the chair? Yeah. Give me 1 second here. I'm gonna go fix that one. Oh, we do have it set to 10 decibels as pre-gain. Oh, it just wasn't playing? Interesting. I guess we can set that a little lower. Let's try, like... drop it down at maybe 8 decibels. Maybe even a little lower, like 6. I think most of the music is normalized, so... yeah, let's go try and play New Life. It might have just been fading in. Yeah, like same with Space Cat. Let's go find New Life. Oh, got really lucky. Yeah, it was just fading in, it sounds like. There we go. Yeah, I think it's okay. Yeah, now that it's picked up, it seems to be at a good volume level. Yeah, hanging around minus 30. So we should be good, I think. Yeah, this is that a lot of the Starground music fades in, so... it'll sound a little quieter initially, but then it'll go up to the normalized volume. Yeah, I think it's okay. I mean, yeah, it'll sound a little compressed, but it'll be a better listening experience, I think, in the long run. So... we'll just be careful to get, these are funny because they're logarithmic. Yeah, it's whack. Yeah, I think we're good. So it doesn't sound like too compressed. I mean, I think it's okay. It's like we're listening on the radio, you know? Yeah, it is just background music, so I think the thing that's more important is not getting too loud or too quiet, right? More so than audio quality necessarily. So yeah, I think we're gaming. All right, anyways. So we got to fix all these different tracks in here. It's Sedna's Gift, it's all the Starground music. Also, intelligence required theme, apparently. There's an easy way to fix this that I've invented. I just have to go drag it into our folder. So let's figure out which ones are broken. So Sedna's Gift. Let's show file manager. Oh, don't move. I just want to copy. Copy. Paste. So we got Sedna's Gift. Browser. Oh yeah, it's the numbers. Browser. Bowser. What else in here? Browser, and then the intelligence required main theme. Yeah, dude. Let's paste that over. Okay, now I hit my funny little run script. These might take a lot longer because they're massive WAVs. Yeah. But it's okay. Alright, so now I can just drop them back in. Hopefully. Just paste it. Replace the file in destination. Same with these two. Copy. Paste. Replace. And now if I go in here, hopefully they do not throw errors anymore. That looked good. Let's, here, how do we force it to load a new... Here, let's just do this and put a new file in here. A text document that's like... Now this should force it to update. Nope, didn't work. It's probably because this is a non-readable file. Let's make a new folder. Call it Bingo. There we go. Yeah, no errors anymore. So we're gaming. Cool. Those are from old stuff. Let's delete Bingo. Alright, so if we load up the thing... Let's actually do it now. Should be okay. Epic. Alright, let me know how the volume is. It should be good now, because we're locked in at -30, but if it's too loud or too quiet at any point, just holler. Let me know. Alright. Got our shop stuff. And I didn't throw any errors, let me just go make sure, right? Nope, we are gaming. Alright. I need to fix this. Where you can middle click a building like that. I need to just make it so that if it's a hidden building, you're not allowed to do that. Let's go do that. So we're just gonna go in here. BRB sounds good. Middle click right here. Here. This one. So was it right here? Select new object. Yeah, let's just go do that inside of a build preview. Well, let's not do that. I just want to ban it from doing that, so... We'll say, we'll do this. Global dot buildings table dot get building ID. If building data if building data dot hidden, then say return or whatever. Let's turn this into a function, probably. Nah. Let's say var can click. Can click will be true by default. Okay, so if it's a hidden building, we will not allow it. And the result will be that and can click. Let's try that out. Okay, it still did it, it just didn't. So let's do this. I know, nested if statements, but whatever. Now you can't do it. Cool. Yeah, I just don't want people to be able to building pick buildings that are not placeable. Like, you can still do this one, because it's a regular building, but just not these ones. Because I don't want hidden buildings to be something you can, like, build. I think Discord disappeared. Oh, yeah, let's go look at that, by the way. Sorry that I totally forgot. I see it in here. Unless this was repasted. Okay. Is this your new up-to-date one? Posted it? Okay. Alright, so yeah, there's a couple things I would probably say here that would help improve. I'm gonna go ahead and actually just load this up into Krita so that we can talk about this. And we'll rescale this back down. Oops, I didn't delete all the white. Oh, there we go. Let's see, how big is this image? Each of these appear to be 16 by 16. Yeah. So 16, 32, 48, 16, 32, 48, 64. So 48 by 64. Let's do resize canvas. Here, let's just do this. Oh. Here, let's just go into crop mode and then I can, like, do this. Look at that. I think we're good. And now, scale image new size, 48 by 64. And do nearest neighbor. Boom. There we are. Am I using Krita now? Yeah, I don't really use Paint on Net anymore because it's old and missing a lot of quality of life, so I use Krita now. Alright, so let's turn on the grid. So, a couple things that I would say. Yeah, you were asking, like, if your character fits in with the style of your tile set. I would say for the most part, the thing with characters is you kind of want them to be sort of visually distinct from your tiles, because you don't want them to blend in with backgrounds and ground and stuff. So I think this does work. I like that your tiles don't have an outline and your characters do, because that immediately tells the player this is something that is, like, interactable or more important, right? Which is good. I tend to do this a lot with tile sets, is that I don't outline things. You kind of also see that in Starground, actually. If we go look at the tile set here in Viridian, it's not outlined, right? And I do that on purpose because I don't want the background to take away from buildings and other items and the more important things visually. So that's good. I mean, just a couple general tips, I would say. I think your transition from the bright spots here into the dark center is a little too drastic. I think what would be good here is if you actually, like, did this, got rid of some of these highlights, and replaced these bits here with your darker color. Replace that highlight too. Sort of like that, just so it more smoothly transitions in. Right? Because as it is now, I think it's a pretty stark difference between this and you have, like, only a couple pixels here of transition. But with this, it's just a little, I think a little more pleasing on the eyes. If I get rid of the grid, you can see it's just more smoothly goes into this dark void. I would probably also just go ahead and do something like this, where you just fully disconnect that so there's a little bit more, and just have a couple like bits scattered around. Right, almost something like this a little bit. It just helps ease that transition, and you can see the difference. This one has basically this whole block here is the transition versus just a few pixels right here. So I would probably recommend doing that. It just will look a lot more like it's actually, because right now with this being completely solid and having a sharp transition, it kind of makes this look like a completely different block. Whereas if you more smoothly transition to that, it'll look more like it's a lighting thing. But yeah, otherwise, up here, I like the texture you've got on the rocks. The only thing I would say is try and keep the lighting direction consistent. I see a couple like clumps here of the dirt that are like bright in different directions. Like this one's top right, but then this one's top left for some reason. So I would probably say go through here. And honestly, I don't think you need 2 colors for the lighting here. I would, if it were me, I would actually get rid of the highlight color like that. Because it also, if you have really bright colors in your tile set, it does, again, distract from your characters and stuff. And yeah, I would just go through here and clean up and define some of this lighting and decide on the direction of lighting. If you're going to do top right, then just go through here and like some of these ones that have lighting sort of on the left or bottom, like this one, get rid of that there and move it over to the right like that. It'll just look a little bit more consistent, like you actually have like a sunlight being cast down onto the tile set. So that's another recommendation. I'd also say up here, it's a little hard to tell, like the contrast between this dark grass and the dirt is a little too similar. I would probably say just get rid of this green color and replace it with your top grass color like that. Or maybe even swap these two around. But do something like that so you can see the shape of your grass a little bit better. And I might even say make this dark green like a lot darker, like black, so that you can kind of tell the jump from dirt to grass a little easier. Just a couple suggestions. I also don't think these random pixels for the coloring up here in the grass works for the style of the dirt. So I would probably get rid of those and instead change those into like clumps. Also, this bright color at the top here, probably just make that the same there. That's at least what I would do. And then you can go in here with kind of an in-between green color like this and start like adding in some shape and anti-aliasing to the grass here. You know, and this will kind of help give that texture while also matching a little more with the style of the dirt you have down at the bottom. So that's probably what I would say there. Yeah, you can just go through and do something like this and like gives your grass a little more texture. Like anti-alias some of these. And you could beef up some of this darker coloring. What's good about this is like you can still tell, it's still easy enough to distinguish this green from the dirt color. Which is important. Because otherwise it just kind of gets fully lost, I would say. Yeah, maybe something like that. And you could do a highlight color if you really wanted to. And just have a couple like splotches like this. I wouldn't do individual pixels though. I rarely ever do any shading that's 1 pixel. It's usually a clump of at least a few. Because 1 pixel by itself tends to just look a little bad, in my opinion. Yeah, something like that could work though. Just some general feedback, but I'd say that's probably about it. Yeah. Hopefully that helps. Yeah. I'm not trying to like, you know, say that the other one is bad by any means. These are just some things that I notice. Because I've drawn so many tile sets for commissions and stuff. Yeah, just mess around with it. I would probably tweak this lighting here a little bit more, but yeah, just as a general piece of advice, I think sometimes less is more with your color choices. Like, with this dirt, I think just 3 is all you need, and same with the grass. I wouldn't go more than that. And it might also be a good idea up here, just as another thing, to kind of go through with your dark dirt color, just so that you kind of replace some of these brown pixels with the dark dirt, because it gives you more contrast between the top of your grass and the dirt. Otherwise, if it just kind of fades in, I think it looks a little too like too connected. It's better when you have that like darker line, so it looks like it's closer to the camera, or it's actually overhanging on top of the dirt. And yeah, I would say just take that same color thing probably to your player. The skin tones are fine, but I would say you have a lot of brown colors in here for your backpack. Probably too many. I would probably get rid of one of these like that, or just keep it consistent with what you have with your dirt color. Because let's see, what color is here that you don't have in your dirt? Or that you do? Okay, you do have 4 colors for your dirt, but yeah, here I would say maybe get rid of this color like this. Also, this pixel is semi-transparent. I don't know if that's an artifact of rescaling, but be aware of that. Yeah, something like that. I think just minimizing the number of colors you have here would be a good idea. Even just that kind of works, so. Yeah, hopefully it helps. And a lot of pixel art is just kind of messing around and experimenting until it looks how you want. I do that all the time with Starground stuff. Even just the newest guy, like, I kind of just blob down a bunch of colors, and slowly build it up, and now you got a guy here that's doing stuff, so, yeah. And I suck at, like, anatomy and drawing human guys, but, I guess it's not too bad if I just take the techniques I use in other places. Lighting is very important. I'll just say that. More important than you think. If you really get down to it, every object that you create is just lighting. It's showing like the faces of it that are toward the sun and the faces that aren't, and that's all it is. All of these blocks and details are just sections of, is it bright or is it not bright? So yeah. It's interesting. Oh, man. Okay. Anyways, we got the new shop stuff set up. That's looking good. Yeah, I like doing dynamic shops like this because it's so much easier. I don't want to have to go through and manually define every single item in here. So that's a lot better. Yeah, same with, like, this guy. I noticed there is a size difference between the buy and sell tabs. I'm not sure why. I'm trying to figure that one out. I don't think it's the button. The spacing? Oh, I see what it is. It is the scroll bar, I think. Because this one has a scroll bar, this one doesn't. I bet if we go to a guy that doesn't, or that does... It's hard to tell, but... Yeah. So we had to fix that. How are we gonna do that? Yeah, because you can see what it does is it's adding this little section over here for the scroll bar. I guess the solution is to just keep that gap over here, even if we don't need it. So we could just check here, like, what is the actual size of this? We check the margin container here. We can see that the size is 406,945. The default size here is the same. So I wonder why it gets larger. Well, we could just set that up a little bit to like 407 or 408. And that'll probably fix it here. Let's see. But we need a little more. 420. Doesn't seem to have worked. It's probably because these UIs are already created. I think it's the problem. But if I set it to 410 and then reload the game, I think it'll work. Oh man. Let's take a look at this. Back to this guy over here. Still doing it. UI is annoying, guys. I guess what we can do is just leave a margin at the bottom there, so... Set this back to what it... Oh, no. Okay. Set it back to that. Say 407. Now we can go ahead and go into the margin of the cell box. I guess it's the same with buy. It seems to say constantly Blender, because I have Blender open right now. I'm probably going to work on the boss, so that's what that's all about. It's been popping up since a while ago. Yeah, I opened it up a while ago, so this person has problems apparently. Removers of blacklist settings don't pull things off conveyor. Interesting. Not clog the wrong resource. What I see this really is that it didn't figure out how to set less size for the scrollable ingredients. Oh yeah. You're saying for the branch that you've been working on with the scrollable ingredient list? Yeah, I can take a look at that. Well, not quite sure why this doesn't... I might rework the UI here a little bit to be more consistent. What we could do is add like some spacers on the left and right, and that would... Or just set this scroll container to be a static size. That would be the way to do it. We'd have to figure out the size of the buttons. So I'll not worry about that right now. So what is this person's problem? Thing where movers with blacklist settings don't pull things off conveyors. I'll just ask here. Movers have the image. All right, let's save all this. See, if I go look at your stuff, I'll go ahead and do a commit here. I'll say add inventory upgrades and shop changes. Upgrades. What else do we do? Added sell all button. Change spin box. Arrow. Sprites. Added item group tags. Made it so that certain shops will automatically generate. I think that's mostly everything. All right, let's make a new branch. Call this inventory upgrades. bring my changes. Okay, go ahead and commit and publish the branch. All right. Okay, the one's pointed at the furnace. I point one at the burner straight for the belt. Doesn't work either. Interesting. Should need a chest as a buffer. You show me a screenshot of staying in the mover. as well as what items are inside of the furnace. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and try out your branch then, Zefenster. Scrollable ingredients. Fetch origin. Reload. Alright, so let's take a look at what is changed here. So this is inside of the info panel. You're testing the blacklist thing? Alrighty. Sounds good. Let's close out of all these. Launch the game and take a gander. Also, guys, I do have to end stream here pretty soon, just as a heads up. I do apologize for starting late today, but I have to go do some grilling. I'm making kebabs. So. Alright, so here we are. Whoa. Okay, that's a little broken. I'll have to take a look at that. Blacksmith for coal and 2 of either iron or copper or stone. Okay. That furnace with 2 coal in it, mover, blacklisting stone, and stone and iron ore going on a conveyor. Okay, so let me go ahead and test this also. Here. Oh, this doesn't have creative mode, doesn't it? Yeah. Shoot. Oh, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. Okay. So we got that. So you're saying a furnace with fuel in it. Give coal. You have it blacklisting stone. Blacklist. And then you're moving items in. Let's move some ore in or whatever, iron ore. That was odd. Why it skipped that item. Oh yeah, that's really weird. Huh. I wonder what's going on with that. Oh, I said the stone went first? Oh. Oh, so you had stone go in. Oh yeah, also that just doesn't do anything, does it? Changing the blacklist there? Oh, really weird. And then if I go ahead and blacklist stone... Okay, so let's do the setup you're saying here. So... so you have it set to blacklist stone. And then you put stone in and stone goes in. It's not grabbing any. It did take in the iron, but it only takes in 1 iron and then it just stops, which is really odd. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Well, I will let him know that I'm figuring this out. My conveyor was stone or stone or stone, and it pulled nothing. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with like the blacklisting stuff for some reason. So letting me know about it. I'll start diving into code. Work on getting that fixed. Yeah, I wonder what's up with that. So if it's at the blacklist stone, yeah, you alternate. Kind of like this. Like that. Yeah, this is not pulling in anything. Yeah, it looks like it's just for some reason the filtering like gets completely broken with the blacklisting. I'm not sure what's going on with that. It's pretty odd. So you're saying it seems like chests are fine, but furnaces aren't, huh? I see what you're saying. So if I blacklist stone, let's try that out. Like that. Yeah, that's really weird. Interesting. Yeah, odd. So it must be something wrong with just the furnace? Does it work? I wonder if it does that with other kinds of buildings, like a crafter? Let's try it with a crafter. So we're crafting gears. We'll say blacklist copper. Now we alternate. Let's see if it works. Or if it doesn't work, I guess. Yeah, it's not pulling in iron. Really odd. Wonder what's up with that. Show that it's any building that has a okay. Yeah, it's so weird. I wonder why it's just not allowing iron. Well, let's dive into this. I'm going to go ahead and go back to the main branch. I do have to leave here pretty soon, but let's just... I'll work on your scrolling ingredient stuff, Sefencer. Is the issue just that it's doing this thing where it's all big like that? Because I can go through and try and fix that. and get it working for this stuff in here. Yeah, also I saw... Oh. Sometimes it shows it really tiny. Really... Oh, it happened again. It's so hard to catch, but... Yeah, weird. Oh. Right there, see? What's going on with that? Yeah, really weird. Well, I'll dive into that, and mess around with it, see if I can figure out what's going on. For now, I'm gonna go ahead and go back to main really quick, and we're gonna, try and see if we can figure out what's up with the blacklisting. It's really odd. Fill load script player. Yeah, what's up? Your messages? Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry, I missed a bunch of things. Hold on. I wasn't paying attention. Let's see, I'm making the suggested changes, and it looks a lot better. I'll repose in Discord. Awesome, sounds good. Let's make chest refine, furnace art, replace furnace with a chest without replacing the mover. Yeah. Oh, same thing happens with a normal filter too? Interesting. Alright, we'll figure that out. Okay, so let's look at the mover script. See what it's doing in here. So you're saying it also happens with just a regular filter? Let's go ahead and create a new world, just so we can have a nice clean test environment. Yeah, it's filtering iron and gets to a crafter trying to make gears. So yeah, it must be weird. Oops. Here, game mode creative. Chest. Crafter. Iron ingot. Let's go ahead and put down a creative generator. Okay. So we're going to filter it to iron. Oh, that seems to be working. Oh, you did the same alternating ironstone thing? Maybe it's only when it alternates for some reason. Would be really odd. Let's try it though. Okay, so it's alternating with stone now. We go ahead and connect it. Let's see. That seems to be okay. Stone first in my setup? Okay. We can try stone first. Well, that seems okay. So, I don't know. Maybe it's only blacklisting? It's blacklist stone. Oh, man. Yeah, it's only with blacklisting for me. Toggled off blacklist. Oh, maybe if you toggle blacklist on and then toggle it back off. That's what breaks it. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it. So it does just have to do with blacklisting. It's not the whitelisting itself causing the problem, it's just that you turning on blacklist at one point in time breaks it for some reason. So we'll figure that out. So what kind of kebabs? Just a variety. I think we're doing chicken, peppers, tomatoes, onions, you know, whole bunch of things. They're like variety kebabs, I guess. But yeah. Sorry, let me reply back to this person. Yeah, sounds good. Maybe I'll get now. It'll be good. I'm excited. Very interesting. So let's dive into the code. We got to figure out what's happening with the blacklisting. Like, what are all the places where I checked that? So there's only 3 spots where I'm checking for blacklisting. Which is very interesting. We'll get that fixed for the next update. Okay. So where do we enable blacklisting? Like, that's what we need to look at. So in here, we have this blacklist button. So we're checking here on button pressed. We're going to call update status on the server. Okay. That's going to say inventory get node. Inventory blacklist equals state. And we say force filters changed. Okay. Should be okay. Let's just make sure that is, like, happening every time. Yeah, you can see it down there changing, so I know it's not that. And it's emitting force filters change, which should be okay. So what does force filters change in here do? Oh, does it not do anything? I might know what's happening. I think we just have to say in here. Whenever we create our target building in here and start cache search, and we say obj out. Because we have inventory changed, but we're not connecting it to object out inventory dot force filters changed dot connect to update filters. And also connect it up to try. And I believe that is the cause. Let's go ahead and test it out, though. So anyways, let's do our setup that's not working. So we're going to blacklist stone. Gear. Then go ahead and connect it. Takes in the iron. Only still takes in 1, though. Really weird. So odd. Inventory changed. Oh, I need to connect force filters on myself. That's the actual problem. Interesting. Building inventory. Let's give that a try. All right. Have a good dinner. Looks like a great game. Glad to find you guys today. Yeah, thanks so much for coming in. I do appreciate it. Have a good rest of your night. Snooze that ad. We'll snooze the next ad also. Okay, so let's try this one last time here. So we're gonna blacklist stone. Boom. Let's see if this works. Ah. It's all screwed up. Okay. Now it just doesn't take anything. Weird. Well, I'll keep diving into this bug. I'm sure there is a cause for it. It might just be how the mover is calculating its filters. Yeah, really weird though. I'm not quite sure exactly what's going wrong, but it has something to do with calculating its filters, so we'll figure it out. Oh no, just got a raid. Oh, why didn't the raid thing go off? Well, very sorry about that. Let me... There we go. I know it's not your name, but it's okay. Matt Bird's Quest, welcome in. How's it going? What's going on? What are we up to today on your stream? So I thought it works with chests, but not buildings. I think it's because chests don't have any filters. Like, you can just put whatever item you want in it, so I think that's why. So it has to do something with the filters inside, pre-existing in a crafter, is my guess. So we'll figure it out. Yeah, welcome in, everybody. Hope you're doing good. We're just working on our game Starground today. It's a sort of a mashup of dungeon crawling and automation. We're just messing with this little bug right here, where for some reason the mover, if you set a filter here, it doesn't put in items properly. I don't know. We're trying to figure that out, but yeah, hopefully we can get that worked out for the experimental branch. Anyways, unfortunately, we were just about to end stream and raid out, so I do apologize. But yeah, we'll keep the raid train going. Matt Bird's Quest, welcome in. Yeah, if you got a link to your game or anything or whatever you're working on, feel free to send that in chat if you'd like. It's totally up to you. We can take a look at it. But if not, that's all good too. Yeah, feel free to do that. We'll go ahead and start looking for a person to raid. Extreme animated emote? Oh yeah, I can't do an emote right now, but yeah, next stream we can do an animated one if you'd like to. That'll be tomorrow. Alright, let's go raid Zorkenheimer. He's coding and assembly, which is always crazy to me. So we'll give him a raid. Oh, there we go. Thanks for doing the shout out, yeah. We're working on a visual novel that you learn language by immersion. That's awesome. I've always thought that was a cool thing. Like, there's a game, actually. Unless it's your game. Maybe. I'll look at your game, but I know there's a game where you, like, just jump into this game and there's all these people and different symbols and you don't know... It's like an alien language and you have to figure out what they are. It could be your game. I don't remember. Yeah, I'll look at that. But I saw it and I was like, yeah, lots of that. Yeah. Not yours? Okay. Yeah, I saw it and I was like, that's really cool, actually. Having to, like, Okay, here's for human language. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's still really cool though. I always love that thing of like immersion, because that's really the best way to learn a language, I feel like. That's why sometimes it's really hard to just learn a language in isolation, because you just don't have like a reason to use it. But immersion is a great way to do that, because then it's like, okay, people are talking to you and there's these things you have to understand. There's like a goal, right? Yeah, it's really cool. I'll definitely check it out. Doing Chinese and Japanese at first? Awesome, yeah. Fluent in Japanese, I could write the game in that, but can't test the difficulty, so I'm making it with Chinese. Okay, cool. That's pretty awesome, yeah. That's cool, I'll definitely check it out. So when I was about to raid Matt Chirpy, but he was about to raid out, so I raided you. Ah, yeah. Well, I do apologize for raiding out also. But yeah. Go ahead and start the raid up. Yeah, thanks so much for coming in for the raid. We really appreciate it. Yeah, we're gonna go raid Zorkenheimer. He is working on reverse engineering the study box, so yeah. Thank you, everybody. Thanks again for the raid. I'll definitely be checking out your game. Imaginary Villain raided me, then 5 minutes after he got a raid. Oh, yeah. That's always how it goes. Raid timing is always terrible. Yeah, feel free to buy Starground. It's on Steam right now. Feel free to join the Discord server, and we'll be live again tomorrow. Working more on inventory stuff and just general things. And probably figuring out this bug. Alright, well, thank you, gamers. See you all tomorrow. Like 3:30 MDT or whatever. Somewhere around then. Alright, we're gonna go raid out. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.